My name is Mary Cheney. I am the owner and managing attorney of the law offices of Mary and Cheney, PLLC, better known as the Cybersecurity Law Firm of Texas, and welcome to the Breach Whisperer blog. In this blog, we will be talking about privacy and cybersecurity issues worldwide. For those of you that are familiar with my written blog, this is an extension of that or replacement for it, depending on my time and my ability to record or write blog posts. So, I mean, if you guys are interested in my previous works, if you can click on the link below, and it'll take you to my law firm website where the blog posts are there. Don't forget, speaking of links, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. So I know you guys are asking me why in the world or would we want to watch anything about cybersecurity and privacy. I mean, it can be highly technical, it can be full of acronyms, it could be legalese, it can be technical terms. And, because I feel like cybersecurity and privacy are not going away. And, I want to be able to share the knowledge that I have. I mean, in this video blog, we will be trying to educate the masses on cybersecurity and privacy. So, and things that you come across on a daily basis that you may not even think about that may affect you going forward. So, we will do this through articles, excerpts of speaking events that I may do, just basically any random things that I come across and find that I'm hitting record on certain things. I think that it's very important. I have a unique perspective. I think, based on my background, I could look at things from the cybersecurity perspective, the privacy perspective, it could be the hacker or the criminal perspective, the law enforcement or investigator perspective. It's so many different things that, are happening in cybersecurity and privacy that you guys may not think about. And being an owner of my own law practice, the things that come across my desk are amazing. So be warned, I may switch hats mid sentence. And, hopefully it's just to get you guys to think about things and in a different way. And please feel free to send me anything that you may find that you think I may find interesting. It may just make the blog. You never know. Caveat here, I'm a public speaker. I don't believe in too many edits. If I mess up, I mess up. So let's get started on your privacy and cybersecurity journey. Would you know if you had a security breach? Would you know who to call if you had a security breach? Do you know your requirements by law to report when you have a security breach? Do you have a written incident response plan? If not, you may want to call us, the Cybersecurity Law Firm of Texas, where we have incident response workshops where we walk our clients step by step through the creation of an incident response capability so you will know and you'll be able to respond. If you're interested, please go to our website and sign up for one of our sessions now. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the very first installment of the video version of the Breach Whisperer blog. Happy New Year! As I said in the introduction, we're just going to be talking about various cybersecurity and privacy issues that I may come across or that you guys send me that you may come across that we can have a discussion about. I've been reading all of these articles about predictions and things to look for in 2020. I mean, ransomware is still up there. You have privacy laws up there, of course, with California Consumer Privacy Act. Election security is going to be a big one. AI, they're still talking about the skills gap, cloud security, IT security. And 5G is going to be big as well. So I'm sure we'll be having those discussions throughout the year as we come up on those individual topics. I mean, organizations aren't stop spending money and on cybersecurity issues. I think that for the first installment of the blog, I just really want to talk to you as an individual because your information right now, you are the master of your information. So I'm just going to give some habits that you as an individual can take that will assist your companies as well as you start to understand. We start this cybersecurity and privacy journey of awareness for you in your organization. So Like I said, you are the master of your information. Trust but verify. That's the thing that we used to say in the FBI. You and some people don't know what it means. Have a difficult time trying to do it in in everyday activities, but when it comes to applications, and I'll put it like this: deny unnecessary access unless you actually need it. I mean, when you're installing an application on, or you're going to a particular website, right now we all are on our mobile devices all the time, and so we install these applications, and you get privacy warnings, and it says, oh, I need access to this, or I need access to that. And I want you guys to think twice about before, allowing particular applications access to your contacts, or access offline, or when you're not using it. There's you should know which application on your mobile device has access offline, or will automatically connect to a Wi-Fi network. If you didn't know, once you connect to a Wi-Fi network and you're in range, it's gonna your phone, unless you deny it, is gonna attach to that Wi-Fi network again. So definitely be mindful of what you're allowing those applications to have access to, because many of us have a lot of personally identifiable information on our phones. I mean, even just allowing access to your contacts is something that you should monitor. So be mindful of what you're allowing other applications to have access to. In addition to that, my second one is, you don't use the sign in with Facebook or sign in with Google feature unless you are absolutely positively sure you want that particular website or applications communicating with each other. If there's absolutely no reason, I know it's a pain. I know it's a pain to create a whole bunch of passwords, but my goodness, once you connect it, and you may forget about it, and you're saying, oh, this is connected to this and this, and that's, third party applications that actually allow those features usually have relationships with Facebook or Google. And it all depends on the hygiene of those organizations, of what they allow those application owners to collect about you through that actual connection, through signing in with Facebook and Google. um, as an employee, I need you guys to stop falling for business email compromises. Okay, so if you're not familiar with what a business email compromise, it is a phishing email. A phishing email. Some criminal is, and some of them are good, some of them are bad. Some of them get in and they do recognizance, meaning they actually try to determine how the flow of financials go into your organization. But essentially, a business email compromise is something where somebody in accounting, somebody that has access to send money, is usually targeted, and that person gets this urgent email from the CEO or the CFO or somebody's boss saying, please send me $50,000, or please buy me these Amazon gift cards. I need these now, and it's always urgent. It's always urgent. If you have access to a budget, and yet you could do this, be skeptical of any urgency, especially if it's never happened before, and pick up the phone. A lot of times we're in cyberspace and people don't talk to people anymore, and it becomes a companies are losing, I'm sorry, millions of dollars. This is $1 billion industry, where it's just as simple as, before you send that information, double check. It's a failure sometimes of policies or procedures in an organization, which will allow um, an employee to do that, without double checking. And sometimes it's you just want to be helpful to the individual that you think is emailing you, but when it gets up there, I mean, these things are happening all the time, and it becomes a, just double check. So number 3 or 4, I can't remember where we are. Anyway, stop thinking your IT and or cybersecurity team has everything, and no matter what you do on the network, it's going to be safe, because it's not. Because you, as an individual, as you are running your own organization, you don't give, access to things that you're unaware of to your private information. Consider the entire company's information as private as your personal information. I can tell you some horror stories about what happens when those breaches of employee data, because if your company lost your information, you would be really 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 mad. And so it becomes a, well, treat their information just like it is your personal information, and maybe we won't, we will be able to stop some of these simpler, let's say, hacker attempts. I Hacker attempts is different. It's criminals that are trying to get your data and trying to steal your money. Um, and this is one that I tell my kids all the time, which is, not everybody on the internet is your friend. Just because you friend them doesn't mean that they're your friend. And just be mindful of what you're sharing with whom. And this is it's simple, but it's not, because I was in the FBI back in 2002. Um, yes, 2002. And the Nigerian fraud letter scheme, where someone gets conned out of money, individually, where they said, oh, this friend is in jail, or I met this person online and they told me they needed my help, so I wired them some money, and now my or now I've lost this money. Or you have the situation where you have a job opportunity and you say, oh, they've hired me online, they just need my bank account information to establish direct deposit, and then money's gone. All of these things, when we start talking about you personally, affects how you do, or how you are from a company perspective. I mean, many organizations or many individual people were surprised at how much information is being collected about every individual out there, because your information is worth money. In the United States specifically, we sell everybody's data. States sell DMV data just to make money, and so your data is your possession. And so, you get upset when other people are taking, you don't think that if I sign up for a particular application that they're selling that information. But please be mindful. Just, I think, as we go through 2020, it's more so educating the individual about what they should expect, what they can do to protect themselves. So that's my first blog. Hopefully you guys got something out of it, and have a good day. See you next time. This is a segment I like to call Mary's Random Thought. It's just, as I'm reading some of these articles, there are things that pop into my mind, that it's just a piece of what I want, or a one liner of what I want you guys to take away from. And I know my IT people are going to be very upset with me, but they're always mad at me, or whatever. So, in reading these predictions about, what's coming up in 2020, about AI, about 5G, about cloud and IT security and everything like that, the only thought that keeps coming to my mind, and you may hear me say this again in the future, I could probably guarantee you'll hear me say this again, but it's not that technology can actually solve the cybersecurity issue, because technology is the cybersecurity issue. So the reason cloud and 5G and AI have the same security problems that we've had over the course of the past 20, 25 plus years is because we haven't solved it initially. We didn't solve the IT security problem when it was on premise. So now, you take those same vulnerabilities that's on prem and you put them in the cloud, and it's not going to change. The problem is still the problem. It's just moving it to the cloud is not going to make it any better. So just my little random thought, and I'll leave it at that. Thanks again for listening to the Breach Whisperer blog, sponsored by the cybersecurity law firm of Texas. Don't forget to like this post and subscribe to our channel so you can get updates of when we post new things on our channel. In addition, spread the word for me, right? Let's get out there and tell a friend, and so they can all become paranoid cybersecurity and privacy people. Don't forget, if you would like to connect with me on socials, you can connect with me on Twitter at Mary N. Cheney. Use my middle initial always. For my nonprofit, Minorities in Cybersecurity, that is at Mike Leadership, and Instagram and Facebook at MN Cheney Law. And you can find me on LinkedIn just by searching for my name. So if you're interested, connect with me. Thanks again. And just remember, awareness equals knowledge.